as we gather here for this event which aims to bridge the gap between digital creativity and legal protection in our rapidly evolving world. Today, creativity is everywhere, from social media reels and design art to academic research, blogs and music. But in this click and share culture, the line between inspiration and infringement has become increasingly thin. Through this platform, we seek to reflect on how we can protect the hard work of creators, be it a researcher's paper or a musician composition, while still encouraging innovation to flourish. In an era shaped by AI and global digital platforms, it becomes essential to strike the right balance, where creativity is celebrated and creators receive the recognition and protection they truly deserve. So, with this now I feel honored to invite Professor Rajat Agrawal Sir, PI, DPIIT-IPR Chair and Head Department of Management Studies, IIT Roorkee, to address the welcome speech.
Thank you, Gunjan, for hosting this event very thoughtfully. I welcome Professor Sairam Mehta, who is Professor in the Department of Metallurgical Engineering and also leading the entire innovation incubation ecosystem as Associate Dean of Innovation Incubation of IIT Roorkee. And the IPR activities, startup activities, all these things are under his domain. So he is the right person to be the chief guest of such type of event, where we are at the crossroad, where we want more creativity with better tools, and digital tools are certainly going to help us in improving our creativity activities in a faster way. But when we start using these tools, the problem comes that how we are either infringing others' IPs, or we are not able to get the kind of IP protections which we should get. And for that purpose, because there are a lot of mixing of technology and legal issues in the current environment, we have experts who will be guiding us, because we are a technology institute. So we don't have that type of legal expertise in this field, that how law is moving to protect the digital creativity. And therefore, we have Dr. Chittir Singh from Delhi University, who is a professor in the field of law, and he will be helping us in understanding that in this digital era, how the creativities can be protected, what can be protected, what cannot be protected, because there are those things which are coming, which are completely AI generated outcomes. So who owns those kind of output? Can we give the rights to AI, or in that also it is a very burning issue within the experts of intellectual property right experts, that how to handle such type of challenges. We have two practicing lawyers, Advocate Mittal and Advocate Rimjim. So they will give us the practitioner's view, that how courts, because courts also interpret things in their own way. So what type of interesting developments are happening in the Indian courts, not only in the Indian courts, but in the global cases also. They can cite us that how, because what I understand, that for developing AI solutions, you also need a lot of training data. And those training data may also be copyrighted or owned by somebody. Now, when you are developing your AI models with those already protected information, so in that case, whether it is the violation of some type of IP issues that already companies are doing for developing their AI models. So these kind of issues, we hope that we'll get some insights from these experts. We have Dr. Gururaj, who is always very keen in participating in the activities of IPR Chair. We already have heard him in our online sessions also, where he gives a very interesting researcher's perspective in the field of intellectual property right. He traveled all the way from Ahmedabad to be part of this workshop. And I would like to tell all our esteemed, you can say, guests today, that as DPIIT-IPR Chair, IIT Roorkee is one of the oldest IPR chair in the country. We are IPR chair when it was not part of DPIIT, it was part of Ministry of HRD before HRD became MOE. So we at that time most of the IPR chairs were part of IITs. But when the scheme changed and it became new Sprihar scheme, so only IIT Roorkee was the IIT which was holding the IPR chair. Most of the IPR chairs were then hosted in law universities. And now, fortunately, again, a few more IITs are hosting the IPR chair. For example, IIT Indore has, IIT Roorkee has, IIT Patna has, IIT Dhanbad has, IIT Guwahati has. So there are now few more IITs which are hosting the IPR chair. So we are one of the very important think tank for Government of India in IP related matters. We provide inputs to a lot of bilateral treaties to Government of India with respect to IP clauses, that India's interest should not be compromised because of other agendas. Having said that, in this workshop you can see a lot of students are also here. So we have under the DPIIT-IPR chair a few schemes where we provide fellowship to our UG students under IPR chair, and for that fellowship which is we have created in a competitive mode, and in that they will be presenting some presentations on the theme of today's workshop, and I will be requesting our esteemed guest to evaluate their presentations so that we can give them prizes on the basis of their presentation. We also have DPIIT interns with us also. They are also our UG students, and it's a very handsome internship amount which DPIIT pays for the internship activities under the DPIIT-IPR chair. We have research officers also, Dr. Usha and Gunjan, they are our research officers. We have a JRF position. The point which I am trying to say, that Government of India in all their possible manner tries to promote IP education, IP researches under Professor Mehta's leadership. We have an IPR cell also, which is looking after patent filing in our campus, design protection, all IP protection activities taken care by that IPR cell. The role of IPR chair is more about IP education, IP research and policy recommendation to Government of India. So we hope that in today's workshop also we will get some very interesting inputs which we will prepare as a draft input to Government of India, that in this era of digital creativity, how the interest of multiple people, multiple stakeholders, when you see the music industry, what type of issues are happening. Very recently we hosted Cognizance in our campus, and I hope Professor Mehta may be knowing that there was a lot of IP issues in the Cognizance. We have a very big pro night in that, so when the artists come and they perform. Now the artists not only perform on their own song, but they perform on the songs of other artists also. Now there are a lot of IP issues these days. Earlier people were silent on these things, but because it's a very high revenue activity, so the artists asked us at Roorkee that you have to take copyright permissions from the original you can say composers. For example, if T series is holding the copyright, so we have to take permission from T series. So it was a big issue this time, and there was a lot of money involved in all these things. So as technology is improving, technology is becoming more and more accessible, a lot of complications with respect to IP is also happening. So we hope today's session is going to be a very interesting mix of student presentation and expert insights also. So I again welcome all of you for sparing your time. It's a weekday, and I understand for all working professional, weekday is a very important thing. It's just the second day of the week. So I'm still again thankful to you, and I welcome Professor Mehta again. On a very short notice, we are going to be the chief guest of this session. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much, sir, for your welcome remarks.